Okay. So, because of paucity of time, we'll just make a twist in table topics. I'll just share a word with you, and you can share any of the story which reminds you of that word. So, for Akshay, it is smile.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. The topic for me is smile. Whenever I think of the smile, there are three people that come to my mind. First is my mother. Uh, since the childhood, I think as boys, you're closest to your mothers, and the moment you see her smile, that's the thing that gets etched in your memory day in and day out. I was someone who was lucky to have a very loving and caring mother who used to who takes care of me to the date as my breakfast is lying here and she's waving at me that, hey, please do have that before you do this conversation, this chat. So that's the smile I remember. Second is from my teachers. One smile from their side always used to bring in that confidence and that self belief in me that I can do really great things in my life. And third is of my wife, who's also my best friend since the last 14 or 15 years. And seeing the smile on her face really makes me think of the great times that we've spent together, and we keep doing that. So that's all. That's what smile brings to my mind when I think about it. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Akshay. Mona, courage.
Courage. Everyone actually wants to demonstrate that. But let me ask you, when there would actually be the time where you have to demonstrate the courage, don't we really feel that sense of fear more? That self-doubt, self-judgment takes over, and those were the situation where we need the courage more. To most of us, it feels like, oh, when I'll have a courage, I'll take that action, I'll take that step. And this has happened with me also. When I had to give my first speech, I really was very fearful. Should I go ahead or should I not? I waited for first impromptu speech to get completed. That something hit me. Like if I'm not ready to take this challenge, that means I'm finding some comfort somewhere in my current state of not taking up that chance. So that time I asked myself, is my comfort more important or is this action would add more value to me? And this question gave me a lot of visibility that no, comfort will always be there, but this is the right time. I need to now face my fear, challenge myself, and step up from my current standards to become what I really want to. And that's how I picked up to speak up for the second impromptu speech. Somehow I couldn't understand the timing constraint that time itself. For me, it was a challenge to complete speech beyond 2 minutes, and I kept on speaking. But eventually, that experience gave me a lot of liberty from that self judgment and self imposed restriction that I can't do it. And the moment we try to face that, I think that's where the courage automatically shows up. So it's not that we need a courage, but we need to create the courage. That's what I believe in. So that's my take on courage. And that's how these situations help me to gain that perspicacity to take up the challenge and go beyond my current situation, step up to the plate and take responsibility of the situation. That's it from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mona. Yeah, that's true. Anything, if such things happen, you first feeling that comes in is to just escape. But when you just give it a moment, think about it, and you face it, and step up to the plate, then things get changed. So yeah, okay. Going forward to Toastmaster Deepak. Pause.
Sorry,
Pause.
pause. Okay. Uh, Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. My topic is pause. Uh, I think whenever pause is something which we need every day. When we are anxious, when we are restless, at that moment, we need to pause and reflect on ourselves. Why are we getting anxious or restless? For introspection, we need a pause in our life so that we can think of where our life is going. In today's era, where everybody is struggling with anxiety, stress, and depression, which has become a common among all, and the pause is something which is required in today's era to come over of anxiety, stress, and depression. People are continuously using phone. Whenever I travel in a metro or in an office, I see that people are just continuously gazing at phone. At that moment, we need a pause to think of why are we just continuously engaged with the phone? Can't we spend time with the family or friends? So the pause is really something which is required every moment in life. And what I do, I try to take a pause every 2 hour or 3 hour to see how am I spending my day. Is it going in the right direction or wrong direction? Am I becoming reactive or responsive? So pause is something if we implement in our life, it's a very simple thing, but it improves the quality of our life and it really changes. It brings a transformation in our life. If we do not pause, we just getting dragged with the outer circumstances. So if we all want to live a quality life, we need a pause in our life to bring equality in personal or professional life. That's it from my side regarding a pause. Over to you, Rashi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Very true. There are so many distractions out there. It is very easy to get into that flow and don't take pause. But pause is also like awareness that you have to be mindful enough to understand where to take a pause. Thank you so much. Going forward to Abhilasha, for you, it's rain.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Rain.
Rain. Thank you for the table topic, Rain, and I'm glad to step up to the plate for this table topic and to improve my perspicacity in public speaking. For me, rain is a beautiful feeling, a beautiful word. Whenever I think about it, it reminds me of some nostalgic feeling related to my childhood. A paper boat, the smell of sand. It ignites the kind of feeling of happiness, childhood, and nostalgia. And that motherly love from my mother, from my parents, the affection and everything. Rain is something which reminds me of many beautiful memories in my life. The raindrops, I would say, are also connected to the rain, the life cycle of the rain. Um, yeah, that's all from me.
Thank you, Abhilasha. Going forward to Abhishek. Sorry, Vivek. For you, it's sunshine.
Sunshine. Okay. Thank you. And it's a very connected topic after rain. So in rain, like in Gurgaon, we face lot of troubles. We're stuck in the traffic, road blocked. We got a time to reach home. So rains, I connect with the troubles. It can be positive for many of the person, but it sometimes we got trouble due to some heavy rains. But after some heavy rains, there is always a sunshine, which create positivity, which uh, which create positivity as well as and again in Gurgaon terms, which well, create a regular life in a normal way. So in life as well, after a lot of trouble, there is always a sunshine. If we try harder and harder, uh, we we will be able to see the sunshine, and we will be able to come out of the trouble, and that will be very positive for us, and that's for what we are working for. So like I want to connect with my personal life that I was trying harder and harder in my CA, but I was unable to clear that. Then it's well, after a lot of trouble, I keep tried harder and harder. Then at the end, I got succeed in my CA, and I'm qualified. So that was a sunshine for me, and that created impact in my life. So thank you. So after a lot of trouble, there is always a positivity. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. And congratulations. You
Thank
did
you.
got fruits of your efforts. Going forward to Simi, for you, it's confidence.
Sure. Thanks, Toastmaster Rashi, for giving this beautiful topic on confidence. I would say I am person in making, the confidence in making. So to me, confidence is not something that we are born with, but we create it every day, every moment. I truly believe to the fact that fake it until you make it. So I follow Priyanka Chopra. She has given us this theme that even if we are not confident because of our old conditioning, because of the recent failures or any other circumstances in our life, we can still step up to our plate by faking it until we get that habit developed to feel that confidence within, to feel that sunshine within, to feel that confidence to ace life. So that's what I have been doing so far. This is what I am giving to my kids, to my friends, so whoever I come in contact with. So the way I have been from my childhood until the life here I am, so have I have gone through a long, sharp trajectory, the positive trajectory in my life, having this confidence where I have to counsel myself maybe every day to get that my armor worn and then show up with the courage. So that's what I want to leave to all of you, to have that one accessory with you every day, one which is going to make difference in your life and in people's life. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simi. That actually very true. Whatever role you're playing, you don't know all of it. And whenever there are times when you feel like you are telling someone something, and you yourself feel like you haven't done enough, and then where this things comes up that you fake it until you make it, just you need to take up actions to be there wherever you want to, and yeah, it will happen some or the other day. Okay, so next will be the last topic for Deepesh. For you, it's shopping.
This topic came to a wrong person. I'm not a shopper.
That will be more fun.
I'm not a shopper. Let me tell you, I never shop. You know, probably the apparels, everything, my bike lies unsurfaced for a year. So even the essential things, I never shop. And I'm very lazy for shopping. Because shopping, I don't know, I don't have just the required tendencies or prerequisites to be a very great shopper. I'm not a shopper. I never shop things. I mean, until and unless it generally has some functionalities. Because a lot of things which I find is just marketing tactics, and being somebody from that field itself, I see a lot of things we don't require, but yet we shop. And the point is, we are actually victims of capitalism. I know I'm using very big words, but a lot of things which we don't require, we actually shop that. I'll tell you how it works. Beard creams, I mean the beard oils. 20 years back, nobody used to buy it. Now every man buys it if they are not able to grow beard. See, 20 years behind, no actors used to have a beard. Now, beard is a trend. So what these capitalists do, marketers do, is actually to sell insecurities to yourself. I mean, they sell insecurities to you. Be it if you use beard oil or fairness creams or iPhones, you don't even require. Technically, what is a phone? Just cameras, some basic essential features required for calling. That's it. But why the hell do we buy iPhone? Not any other normal phone. And the chances are the 1,000 features which they offer, we don't even use or explore. So I think this is the current shopping trends, which I see is more of status. It's more capitalistic driven. We don't even require that, but yet we buy it. So be a responsible shopper. That's what I say. Don't become a victim of a very passionate marketers and capitalists. And that's where true confidence stems from, not from your beard, not from your fairness, not from your money, but how comfortable are you on your own skin. And when you realize this, minimal things like shopping and all those stuff takes its own place in your life. Back to you, Table Talk Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dipesh. I think so. It gone to a right person. You really highlighted a lot of things going out here. I went yesterday only for shopping with my brother. I've seen a lot of discounts happening, and it does gets into you, and you feel like doing impulse shopping and all. But I'm myself a very lazy person to do shopping and stuff. But these days I have to face that situation again and again, and I'm getting in comfort of doing shopping, so to say. But yeah, so it's a good learning experience for all of us to be a aware shopper, not to just buy things impulsively without any functionalities. Just like you put up Apple example, I've seen many people out there who don't need that phone but still buy it just for the sake of status, which I also feel like capitalists are winning. Okay, thank you so much. So that will be my ADO for table topic session. Over back to you two. Toastmasters of the day, Arjun.
Yeah, so I think since we are running short of time, I will continue my masterclass some other time. We'll move straight on to the evaluation section, and I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Raja to continue with the evaluation of today's meeting.
So, Toastmaster Arjun, it seems Raja has dropped. I don't see him in the meeting room. I would suggest if somebody else can take it up, or I'm happy to take up the fill in the gap if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So let me call on stage the evaluator for Toastmaster Pihu's speech. Toastmaster Monica, let's have you on the stage to share with us Pihu's evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. What a great speech it had been, Pihu. First of all, a round of applause for you for taking that, demonstrating that courage. The best part was the way you started. It was a different from what's being recommended, but that imagination that you started with while you were on the stage set the context. And there you actually gave certain examples how different personalities or different attitudes matter. And you took us through your journey in your life, through those important moments, through those important decisions, So those important milestones that you had set up for yourself, and you actually step up the plate to achieve those. Each story had a great conclusion, and you also pointed out how that impacted you, how that got reflected to you, and that's what we look forward to when we really look at somebody delivering their icebreaker speech. Another important thing I really liked about is that the story and the title was well established, as you clearly indicated the context. Like, what are those two selves, and what is it that you are? Like, the person you are, and then your different personas all together. And that mixing up the things, I really loved it. That actually set the context high and kept me engaged, looking forward to, oh, there is something more coming to it, which I really loved about this. However, being an evaluator, there are certain aspects that I noticed which has a tendency to improve your speaking skills even more. One is about that body movement. I really love that you were delivering your speech while standing. But what I noticed is that in those vision, stretches of yours, there were some abrupt movements, like something like as if you're shaking, right? So this is something which distracts the listeners, because when you're on stage, we expect the moments would be pre-planned and with some intention in mind. So that kind of loosen the, strength of the speech itself if that moments are not well planned and then meaningful. So that's one thing. Second thing, I really like that you used your hand gesture sometimes, showing two fingers to say the number two, and couple of more events. But there is still certain situations where you could have used, for example, when you were talking about past, you could have taken us back past through that hand movement itself. And the third part is about even placing your camera so that your upper torso is clearly visible, because it's not only hand movement or neck movement or shoulder movement, but how your whole body is movement is being shown. That actually brings more of your confidence for the viewers to see. Afterwards, I think these were few items I really would like you to work upon so that you can improve it. Overall, I really sense that there was a lot of comfort when you were delivering. You were on top of, you knew what you were saying, and the flow of event was very beautifully designed. And that the timeline was clearly defined with all the lessons inbuilt, embedded into the stories. So wonderful delivery. I really loved it since beginning to the end, and really looking forward to hear more from you, more great speeches from you in the times to come. Thank you so much, people. Back to Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. That was a great evaluation. I'm sure Toastmaster Pihu has noted down some points. So let's move on now to the tag team reports. Since we have our timer right here, I would request Toastmaster Deepak, if you could share your timer report with us.
Sure, sir. Good morning, everyone, again. So here is my time reports ready. So under the icebreaker speech, Toastmaster Pihu took 5 minutes second. Under table topics, Toastmaster Prem Prakash took 2 minutes 11 seconds. Toastmaster Akshit took 1 minute 15 seconds. Toastmaster Mona took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Deepak took 2 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Abhilasa took 1 minute 16 seconds. Toastmaster Abhishek took 1 minute 46 seconds. Toastmaster Simi took 2 minutes 3 seconds. And Toastmaster Dipesh took 2 minutes 30 seconds. They all qualified in perspective of time with the grace period of 30 seconds. Under the evaluation, Toastmaster Monica took 3 minutes 40 seconds to evaluate Toastmaster Pihu's speech. So that's all about timer sides. I'll share my reports in the chat section as well. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Round of applause for Toastmaster Deepak, and thank you, Deepak, for taking up the role at the 11th hour. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Colonel Prem Prakash to share his grammarian report.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Now let me come straight to the word of the day and idiom of the day. I'm happy that we had few of our speakers use these words. Toastmasters Raja Kumar, then myself and the Toastmaster Monica used it a few times. Toastmaster Rashi, as well as Toastmaster Simi, words perspicacity and step up to the plate. So that is good. Then quotes, thoughts, and words, I think, which should be appreciated. Starting from Toastmaster Arjun, used a few of these: evolutionary psychology, abundance mindset. In fact, in the beginning, he mentioned about survival and then leading to abundance mindset. So that is good. And something he mentioned about this relationship when he was talking comes with an expiry date. Of course, I think he has to continue this theme. So maybe we will discuss more on that. And then Akshit using the words self-belief, Mona, take up the challenge. Then Toastmaster Deepak using introspection, reaction or responsive. Some of the words which made more sense and were used, I think, with some impact. So Rashi, mindful. Then Vivek using the sunshine as positivity as a metaphor for positivity. Then Simi using sunshine within. Then of course Deepak, who did not like shopping and mentioned that don't fall victim to marketing campaign. But yes, marketing is not only about personal or material satisfaction, more connected to the emotional satisfaction and that thing about dopamine, which I mentioned in the chat. Yes, so all in all, yes, and one point regarding, which we could improve upon. So there is one or two speakers when in their pronunciation and accent have their local or regional effect. So we'll suggest to listen to maybe news or even there is this audio dictionary that will help in pronunciation and use of proper accent. And then use of grammar, like word like come over and overcome. So sometimes inadvertently we use some words like these. So this could be improved and taken just note of. Like instead of come over, correct word would be overcome challenges or something like that. Yeah, that's all, Toastmaster Modi. Over to you.
Thank you, Colonel Prem. Not only did you share the feedback, but you also told us some tricks about how we can improve. Really appreciate that. Now let's invite on stage Vivek, our counter of the day. Vivek, I would request you to make your report as brief and crisp as possible, given we have a paucity of time. Over to you.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much. So here is my report. Toastmaster of the day, Arjun used 4 times. So 4 times. Prepared speech, Pihu used so 2 times. Evaluator, Monica used 3 times. So 1 time. Table topic master, Rashi used 4 times. So 3 times. Under table topic section, Prem Prakash used so 3 times. Akshit used so 2 times. Congrats to Mona. She didn't use filler words. Deepak used 1 time. Abhilasha used 4 times. Simi used so 4 times. Dipesh used 1 time. Yuno 1 time, and so 2 times. And Toastmaster Mohit used 1 time. So here is my report. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for that crisp and clear report. So, friends, that was our team of evaluators. Please take a moment to vote for the best role players for today. I have put that on the group chat. And now I would like to share an overall summary of today's meeting before I hand over to the presiding officer. Overall, I think this was a joint meeting, and it's always great to have meetings with clubs who bring in different flavors. So today we have the joint meeting with Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshita, for that idea and for helping us execute it so well. Given it was holiday time, it wasn't easy to pull this together, but I think we've done it reasonably well. as a team. So a huge round of applause for that for everyone. There were a lot of people who stepped up to the plate today, using this as an opportunity to share the word of the day or the phrase of the day as well. But yeah, thank you everyone for doing that. There was some issue with the Zoom account, which we need to look into for going forward for giving a great, better experience to our members. So that's something I'm sure the EC has made a note of. Toastmaster Rashi, I see your heart going up, and I also am reminded of you are taking up the role of the table topics master so well. You executed it really well today, and it was completely impromptu execution as well. So kudos on that. That's it. I will now hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dikshita, to help close the meeting. Over to you, Dikshita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So before we adjourn the meeting, I would just like to appreciate Toastmaster Arjun, though we couldn't hear him properly because of the paucity of the time, but I'm sure we'll continue with this topic in the future meeting. And grateful to all of you who have stepped up on the plate at the last minute today. And last not the least, I would like to congratulate Pihu for completing her first speech. A big thank you to all of you, and let's adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any last words or any feedback anybody would like to share, although we've officially closed the meeting?